Hello and welcome back. Now, last time you saw me, or you saw my video, I basically kind of told you a very, very quick version of how to play Magic the Gathering. Right now, I'm going to teach you how to play my deck. Now, as you can see, I am very mana heavy in my decks. Basically, kind of all of them. How my deck works is I need these two cards out. I need this one, so I need this one to work, and this one to work. And it's basically a two-piece no biscuit. These come out, and I get, let's say, him. Guess what? Done. But you're wondering, well, how do I get these enchantments out? Well, this deck is basically built to try and help me find and search cards. Also, make sure that I can actually use them. Now, a lot of things that I do involves things that just make sense to me. So, in other words, if I want to use these are very nice. These are instances. This one, I basically sacrifice a creature, and then I can gain life. Boom. That's one way how that could work. I can use that. But in order to do that, I need mana. So, let's say I have 5 mana, and then the 10 or 5 mana I need to get at least one or both out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have the 10. Boom. I tap them. I get them out. Well, now I have them out. Well, that's just dandy because now I just have these enchantments out. Really nothing else to do. I'm getting hit. Now let's say I don't have them out. I don't have the mana for it. This deck is basically time and a lot of time and life points being drained from it. But the moment you get some cards out that can help you out, the better you are. So to start out, let's say I have where is it? Typhoid Rat. One mana. I have that. Boom. Tap it. He's gone. He's in there. He's in the battlefield and ready to rock. Problem is I can't attack with him because I just brought him out. Whole thing about that. That is basically my beginning part and everything like that. Now, you can do top decking. Top decking is you basically draw a card, what it is, and if you're able to play it, you play it. So, I mean, you can essentially draw a card. If you have the mana or if it's a land, you play that land. In this sense, this deck is basically trying to get those two cards out. So, I'm playing with Typhoid Rat. Right now, I got nothing else to do. So I have to wait. So then I draw. I get a land. At the beginning of my turn, I untap, put my land down, bing, bam, boom. Well, I now have 2. In my hand of 7, let's say I get Mr. Snake. Basically the Python of Chosen. whatever the fuck it's called. I can never. So I tap 1, boom. Now my main goal actually is when I have creatures and mana I want out quick, my main goal is to get this creature. This creature literally puts up 1 more, so essentially this will equal this. This will equal this, and so on and so forth. So basically, let's say I have the 5. After several turns, I get him out. Boom. Now, I'm not going to play him in a way to where I lose him. He's basically there for my mana. Now, this 5 turns into 10. Now, essentially, let's say I have this in my hand. I go into my library, start searching. I put that in my graveyard. My first card I can find, boom. This is what I'm going to want. This is what I'm going to want. And then, yeah, no. I basically can't play it just yet because of that sorcery. Because I had to have 4 tapped in order to use that. In order to use this, I had to have 4 tapped. Because of this card here, this is equal to 4. Great on me. Now I have this. I have 6. I can still play this, so I tap it. It's out. It's good. Now I'm out of complete mana. I have my creatures and my enchantment. I essentially am able to do things that I want to do, but not right now. So I sit and wait. My next turn, I draw. I basically untap my stuff. And then with that, let's say I have the Nighthawk. Well, he's in my hand. He's going to cost me 3. So 2, 4, and he's out. Now I have 1 more floating, but I don't have anything in my hand that can do that. So it's a lost cause. But let's say, for sakes of sake, I have this again. Do the 4. It goes in my graveyard. I grab this. You are boned. Because that literally is the 2-piece no biscuit. Every time I gain life, you lose life. Every time you lose life, I gain life. Death touch, lifelink. Flying. So if you don't have any flying creatures, you don't get to hit him. You don't get to defend. So essentially, this combo goes infinite. It counts down to the end. Now, that means that basically there's nothing you can do to stop it. Nothing. It is a win. The moment that activates, I win the game. That's how that works, and that's how I run it. I basically do my best to try to get the cards I want in order to play the hands. I really, in a sense, this is how I want to play it. I want to get these out as quick as possible. Him or anything really that can do flying, death touch, that can literally activate this. Activate this, activates this. Activate this, activates this. They run off each other. It's a win. But the problem is, it is a waiting game that you have to try and tactfully go through. If you just go out and say, I attack, I lose that creature, gone. Well, then I'm going to defend again. I use that, gone. Oh, well, I got this left. Well, shit. If you're going to be dumb about it, you lose your mana pool. You need to be tactful, so you need to wait. There are times when you need attack, and there's times when you just need to sit there and take it. With this deck, it is a time game. This deck is all about controlling the situation when you have these two cards. The moment you have these two cards, you have control of the board. Now, your opponent is trying to do everything in their power to make sure you can't rock those off. If you get them off, then great. What happens is you win. And that's basically how this deck works. All of this is basically to get these out, to get this activated. Up to sacrificing a creature, drawing cards, again, sacrificing creature, gaining life. Now, to this thing, which is great for some things if you really, really need it. So, say my Nighthawk is in the graveyard. I play this. When bam, boom, I get him back. But then, my artifact, that's an artifact, it stays. As long as I have the mana for it, it stays. If it's a sorcerer instance, it has to go to the graveyard the moment it's played. Now, instances, from what I can understand, can be always played. So, say I don't have this or this. They're not in my repertoire, but I have this, and I have the mana for it because, lo and behold, because of this guy right here. Well, wow, look at that. It's either because of him, I can do the 4, but because of him, I only have to play 1. It equals 2. Boom, playing. He's out. Now I sacrifice, and I gain life. So I sacrifice the snake. Boom, snake sacrificed. I'm gaining life automatically in there. It's basically just a giant waste of time to try and get things to go your opponent's way. If your opponent thinks he's got you, well, if you don't have those cards out in the time you need, he kind of does. But if you do get those cards out, you get the correct cards, you get these, you get these, you get these, you get this or this, you're basically okay. As long as you're able to get to your graveyard, if you can get this artifact out, great. You're literally getting what you need to try and help you win the game. It's time. This deck is all about time. And that's basically it.